Chapter 3. Simple, confident, random. I was brought along for the baptism the following week, watching from Joanne's arms and remembering my baptism at the same church. In this life, of course, not my last. I recalled spitting some water after getting some accidentally in my mouth. Don't say snout. That could mean any number of things. You got a nose in there too, buddy. This time, the priest literally just plops Olivia into the bowl. I freeze up, yet all the adults look on as if nothing is out of the ordinary. Even the Halfords themselves, smiles on their snoots as they watch me. Listen, if I were to do a reincarnation story, right, I don't want to set him in a culture he's familiar with. I like that exoticism, that idea of, like, adapt to an awkward new situation, you know? Like, when you do stuff like this, the differences and the similarities are the most important part. That's what I like, though. Other people just want to rub them together until they smooch. And that's valid. If it wasn't, I'd be yelling. Safi, is that a yell you're hiding behind? We don't talk about the yells I don't use. Safi, everyone can see that you're yelling. I just want to... You don't get it. You don't get me. Anyway, enough of that sad crying. I'm here to read. God damn it, why are people showing me... Hold on. Safi, pause the record. No. If I'm gonna fuck up, I'm gonna fuck up consistently. Enough of that. Let's get back. It took me a moment to realize that Olivia was fine. Better than fine, in fact, and was actually swimming around in the bowl as her tail paddled and splashed water. She then approached the edge, knobby claws grasping on the middle side as her constantly wary eyes, that's only 1 hour, seemed to scan the gathered folk. Giggles and laughters breaking out amongst the crowd before the priest picked her up. Stop it with these extremely long sentences. Okay? The average sentence length has been 15 to 20 words. Okay, cool. So if we're gonna go with 15 to 20 words, how many is this? Twice. It's 38. Again, it's long. This guy loves his long sentences. Run-on sentences, they're called. That's when you have 2 separate statements and you keep them together. Like, I get that you want to have all these little tiny context and clues and everything, but you can split that up and make it work differently. Or you can use hyphens. Hyphens can be used for interruptions, similar to brackets. Guess that meant she was holy now or something. I don't know. I think being baptized helps with, like, demon possession. I don't know. I think it gives you a +4 to the roll. Except in D&D, they're like, no, that's busted. So it doesn't work like that anymore. It's like just a +1 to saving throws for it. It's fuck you, man. I got a baptism. God fucking dunked my head. I'm good. Let's put something a bit more snazzy. Yeah, that'll do. Title's a bit out of place, but hey. But I also guess that, most importantly, that man Edward and Joanne are now officially live as godparents now. What, like, they, like, take the water and they spit it on Olivia so it's infused with their god power? Achievement unlocked. Potty trained. Fucking finally. But that was old news. It had already gone by. I'm 2 years old. Close to 3. Man, I imagine that Anna would definitely be one of those kids who's like, I'm 6.5. For different reasons. Having joined the ranks of being a proper kid. Able to walk around the house without too much supervision. But I don't put that privilege to use much at the moment. Instead, using my time to sit on the couch and enjoy family movie night with Joanne and Edward. Schoolhouse, the School of Rock on DVD. About a pudgy caveman teaching a bunch of kids in a strict school to play music. It was a good movie with a happy miss and a happy ending. The versatile tales overcome your insecurities. All the students go back to their prior parents alive. Why the hell has it bothered me so much? I must have made my displeasure known with the turn of my head when the credits rolled in, Edward taking notice. This is such a weird sentence. The sentence is, He made his displeasure known, and therefore Edward noticed. That is such a clunky sentence. Like, sentence structure seems to be this guy's big weakness. Like the big weakness with, what's it called again? Life's memories? Living memories. Living memories, for some reason, is now Toho? It's Toho now, I guess. Listen, I know I fucked up with Octave and everything, but this guy just gets to fucking invoke Toho? Oh, this isn't Toho. Excuse me. What the hell am I looking? Oh, this is Toho. Is it Toho or not? Hello? Are you a Toho? I know nothing about them, but... Oh, yeah, she's spell cards and stuff. That's Toho, right? Safi, maddeningly scrambling through piles of paper. Is this a Toho? I need to know if she's a Toho. It is a Toho. She is a Toho. There you go. That's all I know. That's the only word I know. She's a Toho. Yeah, for some reason, Living Memories is apparently caused by a Toho and some other god. It's... I don't know. I feel less bad about my bullshit, I guess. I guess the problem was more that I was doing it in the goofiest place. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't be goofing when you're serious. What's wrong, buddy? You didn't like it? I paused, realizing it would just be just a lie to avoid any discussion about it. It was good. He paused for a moment before placing a gentle hand on my shoulder, and as if on instinct, I reacted by slowly leaning my head against the side of his torso, feeling the soft gaze of Joanne to my right. Maybe it was from all the time I've already spent with them, but maybe I was just foolish. It's been 3 years, Anon! At this point, 1/6 of your life is with these people. 1/6 of the time you can remember is with these people. It's fine. But I guess, in a way, I really liked being the son. The Anungus were caring and kind, and just treat me like an extra mouth to feed and a future projected cost. But I like actual proper family. It made me think about my decision back at the hospital. Was I really going to repay them by being a child that would amount to nothing? By the way, I got a fun tip for you because I got yelled at. Do not give negative instructions in hard to hear environments. If someone is fucking up, give them instructions that are not negatives. Do not tell them to not do something. Tell them to do something. Why? Because if I don't hear the not, I'll fuck up more. Okay? Limit room for error interpretation. I'm just saying, if you're gonna send a signed integer, send error correction. That's a pro tip from your boy Safi Crook. Out on the streets telling you about signed integer FTP protocols. Hell yeah, that's why you come here. That's the real reason. I closed my eyes, letting out a soundless sigh from my snoot. You keep saying snout, but the game's called Snoot. I'm sorry to tell you, buddy, but you are betraying the brand. I had to. I just had to, for everyone. Another year. I'm 4 years old now. So far, I've spent the start of it wasting away in preschool, sticking to my own and getting a feel of being unseen. The only times I ever try to participate is when a teacher puts all of the gibbering and excited dino kids for a group activity. Just at least to show I was socializing and didn't need any special treatment. And you know they're just gonna think you're, one of those kids if you don't. But as of now, I'm currently spending it in the back of the family car, buckled tightly into a child safety seat. Where are we going? I ask as the car rumbles, the plains of Dinofornian desert racing past the window. I would have said Dinofornian desert. If you say the desert, it feels grander to me. I don't know, it's just me. Joanne looks back from the passenger seat. We're going to see my uncle. She then emphasized, your granduncle, Frank? Frank! That man with a name who I can't pronounce.
Therizinosaur.
Frank, the Therizinosaur from the party, who also had cops apparently called on him in the past. I tilted my head, deciding to exploit the typical childish naivety of asking rude questions. Yeah, Anon is extremely gifted. He has 18 years of experience on everyone around him at all times. When he finishes high school, he is literally twice as old and twice as smart as everyone else. If he's not, what a fucking nerd! What a loser! Why? Because he's having a fun gathering at Joe's garage, my mom answered. And since I'd noticed the address was close to the Halfords, your father decided to invite them as well. Edward nodded behind the wheel before pausing. By the way, Joe, who's Joe? Oh, man. Edward was 20 years too early. Otherwise, he would have gotten fucking destroyed by a modern-day 12-year-old for asking that question. I don't know what the joke is. Who's Joe? What? How could it be 20 years too early? It's... Burb dinos? We finally reached the suburbs after a couple of minutes. Finally, after a couple of minutes is a weird way to describe that. Cookie-cutter houses whizzing past the window before we come to a stop, arriving at a clear destination with a multitude of cars parked out front. Ooh, I don't know, I really like that sentence. A clear destination with a multitude of cars parked out front. You can just feel the busyness in that one sentence. I unhook the seatbelt harness on my own, clambering off the chair just in time for my mom to open the door, allowing me to drop down and land on the road, walking beside the two of them. Joanne reaches for my claw, and I grasp it, approaching the driveway to see it filled with dinosaurs, all milling about with red cups. It's the legendary American red cups. Show Mama. Oh no! Oh no! I've been Joed. I thought it was about G.I. Joe. But look, it's the mythical American red cups. I've been told by people that love America that the American red cups are legendary. They are worth a bajillion times their weight in gold. I mean, they're not that heavy, so... The open garage. I paused. There was a band in the small garage. The drum set literally smushed beside an antique-looking car with a mashed-up door. A cheesy little lamp at the forefront. Frank was leaning off the side of the hood of the car. He can just lean on the hood of the car. You don't have to double specify that. Testing the tuning of his old-looking guitar. Almost looking as if he had fished it out of a bargain sale back in the 80s. He then noticed my mother approach and be curving into a smile. Joanne, good to see you. Frank. She happily greeted the two hugs. Guitar still hanging by a strap from his shoulders. I wasn't sure about this anymore. Something unsettling in my chest as I looked at the crowd and at the instruments. A strange feeling itching beneath my scales. I mean, at some point you're going to forget about your old life, Anon. That's inevitable. At some point your old life is just like over there somewhere. Anon's in his 20s now, by the way. He's 22. Just making sure you know that. Thanks for coming, Ed. He then looked down at me. Oh man, you're gonna outgrow me, little guy. Hold on. Hold on. Did you just call Anon a little man? I don't know if you know, my man. I don't know if you know, but I may have an appreciation. Go, little dude, go! Ah, he's so handsome. Look at him. Oh. I had to, okay. There's a part of me that needed to share that. I remind you, he exists. The little dude. Little babby Anon. He then looked down at me. Wait. A strange feeling itching beneath my scales. Frank then moved to my father, shaking his head with a smile on his big... Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Ed. He then looked down at me. Oh man, you're gonna outgrow me, little guy. I hope I do. I reply, not even in any joking sort of way, not in the height of the typical every time.
Compsognathus.
Compsognathus. Very soggy. He groovin'. He do be groovin'. You're a real funny little Anon. Excuse me, his name is Anungus. Frank then moved towards the door that led into the house. Come along. Joe and I set up some stuff in the dining room for the kids to play around with until we got ready. Oh, he didn't need to do that for us, Joan gasped. It's fine. Figured I would do that since the Halfords are coming with their own kid. He grinned. Gotta say, Olivia's a real central scrutinizer. I think I was about to spill the beans on the location of my LSD. Sorry, forget I said anything. Guess I found Reed's spirit dino. What the fuck does central scrutinizer mean? I've never heard that term. It's apparently a Frank Zappa song. All the characters in Joe's Garage are fiction. What? This is all a giant joke? The Central Scrutinizer, the spoken word track that opens Act 1 of Joe's Garage. My guitar was... Frank Zappa. Huh. Huh. Yeah, that just happened. Let's cut the recording there because I need a minute.